All right, guys. Here we are, a few days after the fires that they're still raging, but they're somewhat contained. And I wanted to show you guys one thing. You guys have to be prepared with these vintage cars while you're working on them, and while you're like, if you have multiple cars and you gotta bug out, you gotta be prepared. This one here is a Blue Ox. Um, I use it to tow behind my RV. I used to have it on my Series 3, but I've since I can put it on both. But for now, I've already transferred it over to the Series 3. Um, so I have this on ready to be um, towed by my RV, and I can tow with my pickup to have a F-250. So this one is not quite running, completely yet. That's why I have this tank here. I'm really close to getting it all done, and I'll have a video on this tank soon. This is a good must that everybody should have and make. Um, but anyhow, I wanted to show you guys my Blue Ox because you got you got to be ready for these bug outs. If you need to get out of here and save your cars, you're not gonna be able to drive two cars at once. So as soon as the fires were closing in, we're right here in like the Glendale area. So we were really close from being evacuated. So I right away started putting this, and then I'll show you guys. I don't know if you can see over there is my Volkswagen, and I'll show you guys how I had that one hooked up. Um, but yeah, like you got to be prepared. I got this one hooked up here. I made Blue Ox doesn't make these brackets. I had to make my own because the ones that they had didn't quite fit the whole situation here. So I ended up making my own, so they're bolted to the horn on the chassis, but I put a cross bolt to the winch. This is 1/4 inch steel, and this is obviously it goes bolted through all the way down. So it's very sturdy. I've stirred my Series 3 with it, no problem, through hills and bumpy roads. So, um, and then I have um, these are from Harbor Freight. You know, as my grandfather used to say, locks are there only to keep the honest people honest. You know, whoever really wants it, they're gonna take it. But um, this is these are great. I hardly ever remove them because this one actually. Um, what I like about this one is that it's pretty fast to install because the center pieces, the wishbone is adjustable. You can see it move there, so you can bring your RV or your towing rig within proximity, and then you can just hitch it, and then once you bring it back, it automatically locks. You saw those things right there popped up, and now they can't retrieve. So you have a fully lockable towing hitch. Then to release it, you just press down, and you're back in business for storage. So what's nice about it, it doesn't stick up, above the bonnet too much to where you're driving and you're. So when I go camping, when I go camping, if I'm going off-roading, I take it off. But if it's just driving on city and nearby, I leave it on, and then I just strap it with a cord, a rope. I just tighten it down, and that's it. The only other thing that I really suggest you guys get is, and again, locks are only there to keep the honest people honest. So I use this master lock that goes in the ball. You gotta unhitch this. You put it in, and then there's a key, and then you lock it. You lock that. You can lock it here, but then you gotta get a key. I have the key. I don't have it. It might be in my pocket. Let's see. No, I don't have that key with me, but you lock it and this retrieves to the bar and you can't get it out. I've seen videos where people hit it with a hammer and they break it, but like I said, it's there just to keep the honest people honest. So I'm gonna go walk over to my Volkswagen and I'll show you guys how I have that one set up. Okay, so now here is what happened. So this one is my Series 3 running, ready to go. So what I ended up doing is getting it ready. My son's Volkswagen, it's a 66 Beetle, not currently running. We blew the engine on it. We're in the middle of fixing it. So what we ended up doing is putting the tow bar, hitching it to the Series 3, and getting ready for bug out. I had a couple friends, and I had my brother nearby that I was going to go drive this setup over there. So this is one of the important things, being able to bug out and save these cars, So it's very important that you have a setup, running truck, not running. We had our tow bar ready, lights ready. So yeah, it's very important that you have means to tow all your vehicles, and some vehicles are not friendly for towing. So you don't want to rely on a tow truck, because tow trucks are not, in a time of need like this, they're not going to come and rescue you. So as you know, the Volkswagen, if you have a car that doesn't have a heavy duty bumper, you can go underneath like the Volkswagens, and if you have a straight axle, you can make something like this. That's the Volkswagen, goes on with the bolt that swivels around the frame, and you can tow out of here real easily. So you can make your own tow bars. It's very important. I mean, vintage cars, sometimes we're working on them, fixing them, or waiting on parts. So it's good to have them ready, especially on a time like this. You don't want to be relying on tow trucks or trailers to come in and try to get you out. So, this tow bar I've used several times on this car as we were putting it together. I've had this tow bar since I got the Beetle, and it's helped me a lot. It broke down twice and I've used the tow bar. So yeah, make sure you have ways to get yourself out of a situation when you have the fires coming in on you. Preparation is key. So again, I can't state it enough. As you're working on cars, maybe have this standing by or even hooked up to it. You never know when you might need it, and you won't have the time to get all your parts out, hook them up, and all that. So sometimes it's best to just have it either nearby or on there, ready to go. This one doesn't come with the Land Rovers. I bought it, and now I got to make a few of those. I bought that one, pretty expensive, but by looking at it, I think I'm gonna make my own. A few of these for my other trucks, so I have options. That's another thing. You gotta have options. So if you have every car ready to go with the tow hitch, a tow bar, and all that, you can make your own stuff. You can buy them. It depends on the level of expertise on welding that you have. But I recommend that you either buy it or make it yourself and be prepared. Don't forget your chain to be ready to sling it in case of an emergency. Otherwise, you're going to have a world of hurt, especially in California. They'll be stopping you for something as simple as a tow chain, a safety chain. Okay, I'm going to